All right. So, Jack, I wanted to meet with you today so we could talk a little bit about our new values and talk about what those mean to you and kind of how they show up for you. So, the first question I have is around when these values felt real for you, because we worked on our values for quite some time, and we're always working on our values to make sure that they're something that's in front of us and that's useful and that we they mean something to us. So, when did
Yeah,
these
yeah, yeah,
feel
yeah.
real to you?
Well, so uh, this is carefully, respectfully, delightfully, purposefully. Yes. So the fully part, adding the fully to this, the action of care, the action of respect, the action of delight, and the action of being purposeful, was a radical shift and it wasn't these words at all. It was a completely another set of words, probably around, I would venture to say, what are we? We're in 2027. I bet you it was easy 10 years ago, if not more. We were in Boulder, Colorado, and we were
Mm,
working with a consultant and we were exploring our values. And this was a very 5 day process, maybe 4 or 5 day process that turned into a 6 month discussion within us. And when we started adding this, I'm not really great with English. Is it an adjective or is it a what are the other words? It describes a noun or describes a
mm-hmm.
verb, right? An
Yes, yes.
adverb or an adjective, right?
There it
There we
is.
go.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden the action part of this, or the being in action, these were nouns. Values are basically nouns, but when we turned them, that we incorporated an an adverb into a noun, they became a operating spirit in a sense. And it's like you said these words like carefully, to bring care to something, but do it fully. Um, that was the beginning of us to get a very different handle on values, and that we could see them functioning inside of us as opposed to a noun that was I don't know, a noun sitting on a wall someplace, right,
Mm-hmm.
on a side. So that
Right.
was a huge thing. And so we've been in this iteration, I would say, ever since that Boulder event, whatever year that was, of implementing this. And then this last iteration, when we were all in Chicago together working these things out, it's in this conversation, and my hands are going round and round like a mixing bowl, and you've got your KitchenAid blender. I had a bright red one, and
Mm-hmm.
the stainless steel bowl, and you start to throw ideas inside this mixing bowl, yours and Tiffany's and Carrie's and Ken and Carolina and mine, and then back and forth. And no, let's take that out. I and it's this whole, we're in the kitchen together baking something. Okay, I probably use way too many mixed metaphors, and so here we are baking up a new set of values to live inside of. And when the whole fully, fully, fully thing came together and alive like that, and we already had care and we had something around respect, and I think delight actually emerged several days into the conversation, and then purposefully, all of it. It's like it feels like as you are working with these ideas that have an operating quality, you just go, or I find myself going, oh, it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that
Yes.
works.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So, if a client were reading this page, what would you want them to understand about us beyond the words themselves?
Well, in that process that I was just talking about, I actually think we're kind of unearthing these qualities already contained. It isn't something like we're adding more vanilla
Hmm.
to the cookies so that they taste better. It's almost mining. Here we go. More mixed metaphors. We're mining out of something that is already within us that we want to um, salt. Right? So like you need a little salt in sweet baking to accentuate the sweetness of it. And these words like care, respect, delight, and purpose, we were we were discovering these are in us. These are not additive. These are already within. And the adoption of it is to acknowledge there's only let's add a little salt to that so we can taste it and have it in our mouth on a regular basis, as opposed to go off the shelf, pour it into a glass, and go, mm, okay, I just swallowed a bunch of respect, so now I'm going to have a conversation with you. Does that make sense? Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that is what I want to get is when you're working with values, they're in us already and
Hmm.
we want to become I have a heightened sense of awareness of that which has already been inside of us already. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. I want to click into each value just a little bit, and see
Okay.
if there are any stories that come up for you, and kind of how you've seen these values in action on our team. So when you think about carefully, what comes up?
Because we get to work with the Enneagram, and a lot of us have spent so much effort delving into the Enneagram, getting trained by the Enneagram, and operating the Enneagram. The Enneagram again gets you to see that which you have not yet named within yourself. And you
Mhm.
see, oh, yeah, that thing is going on. Oh, my God, I've been doing that all my life. Care is a definite shared um, quality value within much of us on the team. It definitely is that when I'm with people, my entire life has been to is is to offer care to another. It's been my whole modus operandi to be of service and to care for. So that's why I love it. It is just at in its essence the core of it for me, you
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
And there's many words, and there are probably many other words to come through the years. But right now, care is, oh gosh, that's an essential
Hmm.
ingredient. Uh,
Hmm.
ingredient sounds like something you would add. I don't mean to say that because I'm mixing metaphors with the baking and all that. It's
Hmm.
actually it's something like mining, another metaphor, gold, minerals out that's already contained in the planet or this body or this spirit that we are. Yeah,
Yeah. Awesome.
that's care. Yeah,
Yeah. And what about respectfully?
respectfully.
Hmm.
Oh gosh. I what that just instantly says, I think I glow when someone is being respectful of me and my thought process or my heart.
Hmm.
Uh, to to be respected is a deep yearning to offer that respect back to another, how they think, how they operate, how they articulate yourself. It becomes a reciprocity of I want to be treated with respect, thought of respectfully. I want to treat you. I want to think of you respectfully.
We have next delightfully. So
Gosh,
delight
yes.
can sound a little unique as a value, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what does it actually mean for you?
Well, okay, so I'm looking at myself at the camera and all this stuff, and I look at this smile on my face. This topic is a delightful topic for me,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Values to be and that you're respectfully asking, what is your opinion? How does this occur
Hmm.
for you? All right. So like we're already in the necessary container or environment for delight to arise, right?
Hmm.
So discovering what it is that makes someone glow, flourish, smile, eyes go bright, finding out is what are the elements that allow for delight to emerge, right? Just show up.
Hmm.
Not like not like let's add an ounce of delight. Mm, let's go get another one of those and let's see if we can put on delight. No, delight is something you you got it. Like my fingers want to go like you tickle it up into existence, right?
Hmm.
And so that
Yeah.
you're actually talking about that which is fundamentally delightful for another human being.
Hmm.
And the other thing about delight is being able to percolate delight for another, get them
Yep.
to talk about what is it they want, what are their hopes and their wishes, what would delight them tremendously, and to be going down that pathway together.
Hmm. Yeah. And then finally, we have beneath the line, almost holding up the other values
Mm,
is
mm,
purposefully.
mm,
Yeah. So what does that
mm.
mean to you personally?
Hmm. A couple things. This conversation has an intention for me of purposefully articulating the vibrancy of these values. So, with purpose and design, you set out to be in conversations with people to discover what specifically is what they care about, to respect them for what it is that they hold as true and valuable, to foster delight and to do it with purpose and intent. And it also, at the same time, in another utilization of purpose, is having these conversations is a fulfilling of the purpose of what I do in my life with all human beings, with my family, with all of us at work, with all of our clients, is our purpose is to be purposeful, is to create, is to foster care, bring about respect. So it's an underpinning of a way of operating this intentionality. Yeah. And I'm sure there's many more things to be
I
said
love it.
about it, but that's what is arising.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to share, excuse me for interrupting you there.
Mm,
I'm just looking it down uh, at my desk, and I have this book
I
filled
love
with all
it.
kinds of notes, and it says our values across the top, and it's got some
Hmm.
great colors, and this is on my desk all the time to be making notes what it is to remind me of being intentional.
Hmm.
I use it as, ooh, what would happen if I laser beam down on
Hmm.
any aspect of
Okay.
those four elements, right?
Hmm.
So it is. it is, yes, it is a whole, but there's parts of it that are not separate from it, but that
Mm-hmm.
are an aspect of it. And I will something but like just go, I'll do it for fun. Be intentionally seeking delight
Mm-hmm.
in myself and in another in the conversation that we're with, right?
Yeah.
Or so that's how it occurs for me. I don't really think of it as an order or as a
Got it.
whole thing to use it. It's an aspect of a whole set of values that I will um, just kind of beam into it. Go, ooh, what would it be if I brought a hell of a lot more care to this
Mm-hmm.
conversation with that I'm
Yeah.
having with somebody?
Right.
That's how I use it. Does that make
Okay.
sense? Yeah,
It
yeah,
does. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to share or add or that we should know and take away from this values conversation?
Well, instantly listening to the question says, I love this line of questioning because it refreshes, it renews, uh, it gives more light to. This is like I've had these conversations, but I've never had this conversation with
Mm-hmm.
you or anything like it before. So, in that sense, here goes for another metaphor. If you dive into this pool of values,
Mm-hmm.
it's not the same dive, it's not the same pool. It's unique and fresh every single time. And the likelihood is, and when you explore values, a lot of this stuff pops up and it takes you on a journey, and these journeys are asking, follow me, let's go. So that's what I
Yeah.
like. Yeah.